Hey guys, it's Siobhan with To Kitty and Beyond. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing monthly horoscope readings, and this is for Scorpio. So that can apply to Scorpio sun, moon, or rising. Potentially if you have it in your Venus as well, as this is looking like it may turn into a little bit of a love reading, just from what I've channeled. Also, before we jump into the reading, I want to make a couple of housekeeping things real quick here. So first off, I want to thank everybody who has subscribed to the channel and all of the new subscribers. We are over 4,000, and in celebration of that milestone, I would like to offer you guys something in return. So I'm offering right now 50% off of my services. So all of the updated prices can be found in the Show More description box location below the video. And if you'd like to book a personal reading or a private session with me, now would be the ideal time to do it. Take advantage of those half-off discounts and email me at siomcg41@outlook.com. I'll get back to you as soon as I can, and we'll set up an appointment for your personal private reading or session. Okay, so I think that's everything. Also, I just want to mention that this is a general reading, so not everything is going to apply to everybody. Just take what resonates with you and leave what doesn't. If nothing resonates with you, then that's okay as well. This just wasn't meant for you. It's meant for certain people, and those people will be drawn to this video at specific times for specific reasons. If you watch this at a different time outside of this month of May, it can still apply if you were drawn to the video. Time is not linear as we perceive it to be, so some of this energy may run over from April, and it may run into June as well. So that being said, this is for the Scorpio collective and in the month of May primarily. Underlying themes. So I channeled some information before we jump into the cards, and so right off the bat I was feeling from you guys will. So this willingness to grow, or willing growth to happen. And what they showed me was, I don't know if you guys have ever seen the movie Totoro. It's a Japanese anime film from the 80s or 90s, and there's like this magical, fluffy, amazing spirit of the forest, Totoro, and he's teaching these little girls how to grow these seedlings, and they're like, if you haven't seen it, go and look for the clip of Totoro and growing the seeds into a tree. I'm sure it'll come up on YouTube, and they're just like trying really hard, and they're like pushing their arms up in the air like this, and they're willing the seeds to grow. And then these seeds, they break ground, and they end up growing faster and faster and faster, and they become the roots of this giant tree. All these little seeds band together and form the roots of this giant sacred tree. So that has some significance there. I mean, working together with other people, growing something long-lasting and sacred, and being willing to do that using your intention and your physical will. So next up, I felt that there may be a change of home for some. This could be just for one specific person, or it could be an underlying theme for a group of you, but there was this feeling of needing to shift your location, and it's coming from a place of honoring your personal truth, which was an activation in the throat chakra. So this could be from speaking up for yourself and defending yourself, and then standing your ground or setting boundaries, or this could be about you just following and trusting where you need to be in a very positive sense, and just understanding that maybe where you are now, even if it's not negative, it just may not be as growth inducing as another location would be. So that's something to keep in mind if that resonates for you. Next, I felt this power current of energy flowing down to the sexual organs. And then they showed me lovebirds, and they said, "Two of a feather flock together." I think the actual quote is "birds of a feather flock together," but in this case they made it plain that it was the word two was to be significant there. And then I was feeling this male energy, which had some fear and anxiety. And there was fear and anxiety there about potentially making a first move. And I felt it as though it was like fear of rejection. And then they showed me switched over to the female energy, which was very much so ready to receive. And then once those two energies came together, they said, finally, fullness of heart. So this is expanding the heart chakra, and this is those two energies coming together and creating this unconditional love, activating the heart chakra and expanding it in a very productive and loving way. Yeah. All right, so let's jump into the reading. I'm just going to do the regular monthly spread using the Rider-Waite. I'm switching my backup deck right now to the Fairy Tarot just for spring. I've been connecting a lot with that fairy energy, and we'll still do the Crystal Oracle cards at the end as well. If you guys would like to follow me on Instagram, I do post somewhat daily readings. I just kind of sporadically post single cards or like energy updates and stuff like that. There are some special deals over on Instagram as well, just for that community. So if you want to follow me over there, it's the same handle as my YouTube channel, 2Kitty and Beyond, all one word. All right, so Scorpio, current self energy. We have the 10 of Pentacles, fantastic. Theme of the month. That one wanted to go too, that's 3. We have the Ace of Wands, the 8 of Wands, and the Knight of Swords in reverse. Okay. Scorpio key goal for the month of May. Page of Cups. What is the obstacle to overcome? Jumped right out. 10 of Wands in reverse. The major accomplishment this month is the, 8 of Cups. What to avoid? Wow. The High Priestess. And it wanted to jump out right over that Knight of Swords. So that's significant. We'll go into that in a second. That was what to avoid. What to embrace. Oops. I got 2 more. So we have Strength and the 9 of Wands. Where to find support. That was really quick. 8 of Pentacles. Sorry, 7. I keep getting these numbers all off. That is so weird. That's not like me. And the advice and encouragement. Queen of Wands. Okay. So, Scorpio, current self, 10 of Pentacles. This is a very abundant energy, so congratulations. You guys might be having some inheritances coming in or some winning some money. Generational wealth is what this card is talking about. So this is some kind of financial or family stability, especially as it relates to physical things. So, you know, estate kind of stuff, like you might be being given something, or you're building this kind of a foundation for your own family, or you have built it. So this is your current self. So you're feeling very abundant right now. You're feeling really balanced. Yeah, very, very balanced, and strong foundations. So there's good foundations for wealth and for growth here. So the 10 of Pentacles as well is like everything has been harvested, everything is there, and it's that completion. Now it's almost time for this new beginning. So it's like something, so whatever this change of home is, I'm feeling like it's not negative. It's actually very positive. It's not like you have to get out of a bad situation. It's more like you have all of the means that you need to be able to move into like an upgraded home or move into your dream home or whatever it is. Like this is really positive, strong foundational energy, and they're drawing my attention to this castle. So it must be to do with the home, because your home is your castle. So the theme of the month we have, first came the Ace of Wands. Ace of Wands is this passionate new beginning. It is your will. It is your will, it is your intention, it is being offered to you in a new way or in a new direction from the universe. So your passion will guide you, your intuition will guide you, your spirit will guide you, and you'll know what to do with the gift that you're being given. Now, like all aces, these are seeds that need to be planted and grown. So that's interesting because this, particularly the wand, it's like a tree. So you're planting these seeds and you're willing them to grow, and they are growing, and they have grown in the past, and you know that you are capable of doing this. So the Eight of Wands is another theme of the month, which is about communication. This is very fast moving sequences of events as well. So whatever you're setting in motion with this Ace of Wands, it moves really, really quickly, and especially as it relates to communicating with others. Now, the other theme of the month is the Knight of Swords in reverse. So this may be saying, don't, you may have communication coming into you really, really quickly, but maybe your way of responding should be a little bit more, not calculated, but well thought out. Because the Knight of Swords in the upright can be very fast moving, and sometimes in this reverse position, he can be a little bit too quick to speak. And he sometimes regrets the words that he says because he didn't really think them through, because he gets a little bit caught up in his own passion, and that's very much what the Ace of Wands and Eight of Wands are about. So this is very passionate, very, very passionate, fast-moving energy. Now, the only theme here that needs to be sort of heated, is that even a word, is just to be aware of tempering yourself and bringing yourself into this place of balance so that you're not getting thrown off of your solid foundations by all of these things happening really, really quickly. Yeah, so make sure that you're thinking things through and you're covering all your bases and that kind of thing. So the key goal we have as the Page of Cups, and that is an energy, or could be an individual, a younger male energy. It doesn't have to be a man, but it's very emotional. It's very willing to offer love. This could be an apology, but I'm not feeling it like it's something negative. I think it's something positive that's somebody wants to communicate to you about how they feel about you. The Page of Cups is very much a romantic sort of energy, a little bit more immature than the Knight of Cups, which is very chivalrous and romantic and well put together. This is that sort of hesitancy that I was feeling from the male, like that anxiety of like, oh my God, what if I get shut down? It's like almost like going and talking somebody up at the bar, or at like just being out in public, going and talking somebody up out of the blue, like a stranger. That's scary for men, for young boys especially, because this is a very young-ish energy. So they could just be immature, but I mean, it could just be a male who is younger than you, or a male energy younger than you. And if this is you, if this is your energy this month, because you are a water sign, and this is the Cups energy, which is water, it's just about learning new ways of dealing with your emotions, of processing your emotions, being willing to grow, basically, and offering up that willingness to the universe, because that will be what's reciprocated to you. As soon as you set the intention that you're ready to grow, then you'll get the opportunities to grow. Now, obstacle to overcome we have is the Ten of Wands in reverse. This is actually a really good card to have in the obstacles to overcome position, because it's talking all about putting down the burdens. It's about putting down everything that's weighing you down that isn't necessary anymore. And I think you know what that is. So I have a very strong feeling that you're very intuitive, and you know what you're doing. You know what it is that's holding you back or weighing you down, and you're making conscious action to move away from that, or to release that in some sense. We also have the Scorpio full moon. So this is a full moon in your sign coming up this month. I believe it is on, let me just double check the date. It is the 18th, so it's next weekend, pretty much like a week from today. And so this is going to be a good time for you to release. If you would like to, or if you've never done this before, it's very important and it can be very beneficial to do a full moon release ceremony. Now, you don't have to do this with like a whole bunch of people and like sit in a circle chanting and hitting drums and all that stuff. You totally can, but you can do this at home in your own house. You know, just set that intention. Making rituals and doing things with intention is what makes them sacred. So whatever you're doing, if you're pouring a glass of water and drinking that water, it's special if you do it with intention and you make it a ritual, then it becomes sacred. So for example, if you want to release some of these things that aren't serving you, they could be emotional or they could be physical things, then it's important to set that intention. If you write it down, it makes it more physical, it makes it more real, and that way it becomes more tangible and easier for your brain and your emotional body to understand and then transmute. Now, the major accomplishment we have is the 8 of Cups. So this is that energy of sort of walking away from something that was unfulfilling you or going on this internal journey to find out what is going to fulfill you. Because the 8 of Cups is not the 10 of Cups. And the 10 of Cups is ultimately what I was feeling in that finally that love chakra, that heart chakra really opening up and expanding. That's the 10 of Cups. So this is you right now sort of going on this journey where you're, you could be like a little bit of a beginner in this sense, but all things are cyclical. It's not like you're starting from scratch. You're definitely starting on a really solid foundation that you've put a lot of work into. So this is not the first time that your fields have seen crops, basically. And this is you, again, they're drawing my attention to the full moon. So the full moon will be a really positive time, and it will be very beneficial energy that will assist you in going on this inward journey and finding out what it is you want, how you're going to do that, and then really, really quickly implementing that. So this is, it's a journey, it's an inward journey. Now we have what to avoid, which is the High Priestess, and it wanted to come out over top of the Knight of Swords. So this is speaking of balance. It's speaking of wisdom and knowing when to speak, knowing when to hold your tongue, and knowing when to speak your truth. Some things are better left unsaid. If you don't have anything nice to say, don't say anything at all. I know that these are all very, what's the word I'm looking for here? Oh, I can't think of it. You know, these are all little phrases that we know well, but they still hold significant meaning and they still apply in these kinds of situations. So just mind your mind your manners. Oh my God, here we go again. They're just giving me all of these like really really corny, like if anybody can think of the word that I'm struggling to find right now, I can't. It's like when something is really played out or overdone. It's a literary term. I should know this. I'm an English major. Or I was an English major and then I switched to psychology, but this is, that's irrelevant. This is you knowing when to speak and when to hold your tongue, wisdom and balance. And this, again, they're drawing my attention to her hat, which is the phases of the moon. So this is the mother, maiden, and crone, which represent the young, the fully matured, and the elderly aspects of yourself, especially as a feminine. And we all hold feminine energy, so this applies to everybody. And this is that every stage, every phase of your life has significance, and every portion of it will hold abundance for you, because they're drawing my attention to the fruit in the background, which is like harvesting the bounty of the seeds that you've grown. Yeah. Okay, so what to embrace? We have the 9 of Wands and Strength in reverse. So embracing the journey. You may have gone through lots and lots of trials and tribulations, and they've really required you to have that inner strength, to tame that inner beast, to find where and how you have limited yourself and how to break through your own glass ceilings. So this is you finding that inner strength and pushing forward, not giving up. That's what I'm seeing, because usually, I mean, in reverse, we can view this as being internal. This is very much internal energy that's going on within you. This is not something that is physically around you. This is something inside, and this is your inner strength pushing you forward. It has done this in the past. You know that you are capable of that, and that's quite possibly why you took on so much, is because you know you have this inner strength, and you know you have the ability to keep pushing forward no matter what life throws at you, no matter what obstacles are put in your path. You know that you can take it on and keep moving, because he is still moving forward. But right now, it's about letting go of those things that are done. They've served their purpose. You proved that you could conquer it, and now you're moving forward. So where to find support? We have the 7 of Pentacles, which is perfect because it's all about growing seeds. It's the whole metaphor that this whole reading is about, and what I was picking up on in the channeling. It's very much about growing the seeds and harvesting. Now, the 7 of Pentacles is about patience and inaction momentarily. So he's put in a lot of work. He's planted the seeds. He's tended the garden. He's made sure that everything is the weeds are clipped out of it. That's letting go of that. That's that 10 of Wands energy. Prune your weeds, prune your garden, get rid of anything that's strangling or preventing these beautiful plants from blossoming and growing into this sacred tree. Now, he's kind of worried. He doesn't necessarily see the fruits that he is so longing for. And so this card is also about keeping the faith. So it's patience. Maybe don't do anything right now. You've done everything that you can do, and things are going to happen really quickly on their own. So just allow yourself to stay in a balanced place and work on yourself internally, and then everything is going to come together around you. And have faith that everything that you've done, all the work that you've put in, all the intentions that you've set, you may not see the manifestation quite yet coming to fruition, but it is. It is behind the scenes, and it's already actually there. It's just not quite harvestable yet. So it's almost like, your world is this hologram, and all of these new codes are being programmed into the computer, and they're in there. They're being activated, but it's going to take a sort of a reboot to see them physically in the game or in the hologram. I don't know why they just showed me that metaphor, but it works, right? Because all of your manifestations are there. It's just there's going to be this sort of reboot that's going to happen, and boom, now you'll see them all. And then the Queen of Wands is the advice and encouragement. So this could be an older woman, fire sign woman, Aries. Boy, what are the other ones? I am having some serious brain farts today. What is going on? Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Thank you. They had to help me out there with that one. But I'm also being drawn to the lions behind her. So this is that strength energy. Again, could be an aspect of yourself to call on, because there was that Ace of Wands energy and the 8 of Wands energy. So there's a lot of spiritual, physical energy, especially as it relates to sexuality, because the Queen of Wands is also very passionate, very sexual. So this could be, freeing yourself sexually and allowing that power current to come down, because we all have this vertical power current that runs from the crown of our head down through our body, and I felt it stopping about here in potentially the sacral or root chakra, wanting to be expressed. Now, sexual energy can not just be expressed as the physical act of sex. Sexual energy can also be expressed as creativity. So this is the same chakra. And what is the ultimate act of creation? Well, physically growing things like we see in birth, but physically growing seeds, physically growing a business, physically growing a new love, you know, like putting your intention and your work and your effort into growing something. It doesn't have to be physically growing something. It can be emotionally growing something, spiritually growing something. Whatever it is, that's what you're doing, because they're drawing my attention again to this sunflower, which is like beautiful growth. Plant that garden, harvest your crop. And this is just so perfect. So perfect. So let's get a crystal oracle card for Scorpio in the month of May. What crystal will really benefit the Scorpios? Aha. So we have polychrome jasper, number 31. Oh, I opened it right to the page and then I kept skipping. That's funny. So these cards are really, really powerful. This is the Crystal Wisdom Healing Oracle deck by Judy Hall. They are infused with the energy of the crystals themselves, and you can tap into this energy by focusing on this card while I'm reading the description, and or if you feel called, you can go out and pick up this crystal from your local metaphysical or crystal shop. They're scattered all over the place, so if you just Google it, usually tumbled stones are like $1 or $2. Sometimes a little more, but sometimes less. So polychrome jasper is a shaman stone that assists with traveling between worlds, offering protection while you travel. It helps you to remember why you're living on Earth. You belong to a greater group, be it a family or clan. If you feel isolated, reach out to others out of strength rather than neediness. The stone offers you security. For companionship, choose an animal ally. Ground your efforts in the practical, everyday world. You have the gift of mediation and see all sides of an issue. Big changes are in the offing. Concentrate on practical outcomes. Be down to earth, but pay attention to dreams. Balance your emotional energies and nurture yourself to find joy. Find your power ally and stay under its protection and guidance. Give assistance to others who seek freedom. Guard against giving away your power. Dis-ease arises out of ancestral distress carried in DNA. Healing and forgiveness sent down your family line. Replace this with well-being. Integration and reconnection, and it is all about belonging. So that's interesting because that really ties in with the 10 of Pentacles. The Strength card was in there as well, the inner strength. So this is very much about generational stuff. Like this is ancestral karma, potentially. Not karma in the negative sense, but these are lessons. These are gifts. These are inheritances in the spiritual sense. So just as your family can pass you down money or houses or diamond rings, they can also pass down to you inherited genetic traits, and not just at a physical level, but at a spiritual and emotional level. They can pass down to you ways of thinking, not just from your immediate family, but from your ancestors as well. So it's important to tap into what it is that's influencing you. And you can do this through meditation. You can do this through, going out and seeking a reading or getting a healing session. I'm going to add, or I think I did just add, a new reading to mine, which is the past life reading, which I didn't previously offer, but I've been having a lot of past life stuff come up for me, and so I figured, that would be a good thing to offer to the collective as well. And it really delves into what themes affected you in your past lives or with your past ancestors, and how you can either integrate the gifts and the things that you would like from that, or to release and get rid of, let go of all the things that are preventing you from achieving your highest good. So something to think about. All right, guys. Well, that is your reading, Scorpio, for the month of May. I hope that it resonated. Again, it's a general reading. Just keep that in mind. And I always do these readings with the highest intention that you will receive love, support, activations, confirmations, and just generally a sense of well-being to just know that you're on the right path and that everything happens for a reason, and that I'm here to support you, and you have so much support in the world around you, especially when it comes from your family and your ancestors, as well as your spirit guides. So keep that in mind as well. All right, guys, I love you so much. Thank you again for watching and for subscribing. Don't forget to like, comment. I love interacting with you guys. And reach out to me if you'd like a reading or a healing session. All right, we'll see you next month. Bye.